The MMA world is absolutely ripping into two of its biggest stars right now. Khamzat Chimaev and Ilia Topuria are catching major heat after their latest interview comments left fans and analysts stunned. Chimaev shrugged off criticism over his lengthy inactivity, basically saying he doesn't care what people think about how often he fights. Topuria, the reigning lightweight champion, dropped an even bigger bomb, revealing he doesn't have many fights left and will only continue competing as long as it still excites him. Those remarks lit a firestorm online. Veteran analyst Luke Thomas went in hard, calling out both men for showing a lack of hunger for legacy and glory. He pointed straight to Ilia Prochazka as the example fighters should follow, a warrior who puts money second and chases greatness with every single fight, no matter the risk. For two athletes many see as future Hall of Famers, these comments are raising serious questions about their motivation moving forward. Fans want killers who chase history, not guys already counting down their fights. Let's dive into what Luke Thomas had to say.
I also think that him winning, it's a little overstated to be like, oh, it would recharge the fan base. But the fan base is looking for a guy to rally around right now.
Yeah.
True.
That is true.
Because if you look at, it's kind of funny. This week there was a Khamzat interview, and he's like, I don't care if people say I'm not active enough. I make money from sponsorship. And then Ilia Topuria,
Moicano like, fuck you, fans.
Yeah. And then Topuria spoke to Marca, which is a big outlet in Spain, and was like, I've kind of done everything. And I'm like, hey, are any of you fuckers trying to chase glory?
I know.
Because Ilia Prochazka is trying to chase glory. That's like one thing you got to really... He's Carlos Ulberg. What can you say about him? It's like, dude, he is clearly the number one contender. There's no denying he deserves to be in this fight. That's just a fact. Even if it hadn't been Yuri and it was Poatan, it should have been Ulberg on the other side. And yet at the same time, Jed... I'm not going to sit here and say he can't win. That's really not my point.
I mean, the line is super close, right?
Dude, because Yuri's going to do Yuri shit one way or the other. Yeah. But at the same time, he just doesn't... There's something missing about the charisma here.
Arman Tsarukyan just got heated with Team Khabib after stirring the pot yesterday by claiming that Islam Makhachev only has 1 or 2 fights left in the UFC. Khabib's cousin and current PFL lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov wasted 0 time clapping back. The undefeated fighter sent a clear message straight to Arman. Maybe he's going to retire, but bro, we are here for a long time. Usman made it clear that even if Islam hangs up the gloves soon, the Nurmagomedov machine has no plans of slowing down or leaving the sport anytime soon, hinting at a potential UFC move in near future. This fiery exchange highlights the growing frustration on both sides. Tsarukyan has been patiently waiting for his title shot and keeps positioning himself as the next man up, but Team Khabib is doubling down, showing they intend to keep controlling the lightweight throne for years, with multiple threats ready to step in. In other lightweight news, Ilia Topuria revealed he was shocked by the result of Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. The champ admitted he fully expected Paddy to win that fight and was already mentally preparing to face him at the White House event. Let's roll the clip.
I'm surprised because I thought that Paddy was gonna that he's gonna win that fight against Justin.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in myself before that fight that I would face Paddy, because since the first moment that they announced the White House, I always knew that I would be in that event. So I was like, if Justin is fighting against Paddy, I'm going to fight the winner, and I think that Paddy's going to win that fight. And I was surprised because of that. Before I get the confirmation to fight against Justin, I was supposed to fight against Islam. Mm-hmm. So Dana said that he was about to make the announcements of the White House card. So, and myself, like from the call that I get from the UFC, I knew that I was fighting Islam, because the first fight that they offered me, it was against Islam.
Chael Sonnen just unloaded on the UFC's light heavyweight title fight for UFC 328, and he did not hold back. The longtime analyst blasted the matchup between Ilia Prochazka and Ulberg, saying the fight doesn't draw any interest at all. He questioned why the UFC is skipping Magomed Ankalaev, the only fighter in the division who has actually beaten Alex Pereira, and instead booking what he believes is the wrong main event with 2 wrong guys. He pointed out there was no clear reason for Yuri to face Ulberg now that Pereira has moved up. He called the entire storyline weak and said he couldn't make it look good no matter how hard he tried. In short, Sonnen believes that after years of Pereira's dominance at 205, the division needs a clear, marketable champion to keep momentum going. For him, this fight feels more like a placeholder than a legacy builder. Magomed Ankalaev could face former champion Robert Whittaker in his 205 debut, a somewhat unexpected matchup that still brings a solid level of intrigue. Alright, let's hear it from Chael himself.
And Ulberg versus
Fury doesn't draw flies. The constant there is Ulberg. So, and by the way, what is he doing here? And again, I'm not trying to be the skunk at the garden party, but this fight very clearly belongs to Ankalaev. So if Ankalaev's hurt and I'm down this piece of information, I would like to know about it. But Ankalaev not only is 1-1 against Pereira, he is the only one of the bunch to beat Pereira, and he's also the only one of the bunch that isn't even discussed to be in a title fight. As a matter of fact, he's not even discussed as the #1 contender for whoever comes out of this title fight.
Dana White finally addressed the Jon Jones negotiations drama and the accusations that he lied about Jones never being considered for the White House card. In a recent appearance, Dana said the matchmakers did speak with the former champ, but only to get his terms and numbers in case something fell through on the card. He explained they wanted to know exactly what it would take to book Jones as a last-minute replacement if needed. Dana emphasized that he left the door open for Jon as a backup option, but made it clear he was never part of the original plan for the 6-fight White House event. This comes after Jones publicly expressed frustration, claiming the UFC lowballed him and never seriously considered his financial demands. Dana pushed back, saying the conversations were simply contingency planning, not an official offer or promise. The back and forth has only added more fuel to the ongoing tension between Jon and the UFC, especially with Jones recently asking to be released from his contract. For now, Dana insists Bones was never locked in for the White House show. Let's dive into what Dana had to say.
There's been a lot of talk about that the card wasn't good enough. We never even proposed the card to him. That's all bullshit. We never even proposed the card to them. What we wanted to do, we want to blow the doors off the place. We want, people to be excited. So in a couple of fights that we wanted to line up, they weren't ready to go.
Have you talked to him about being on that fight card?
No, I haven't, but it doesn't mean that the matchmakers haven't. They might have. I don't know. Fights fall off left and right, so if he wants to, and the guys can get him in, we'll do it.
Paulo Costa is bringing the heat and the hate straight to the UFC 327 press conference. The Brazilian fighter, who's now moved up to light heavyweight, made it clear he has zero love for his Russian opponents. Costa called out the entire Russian squad, saying this weekend marks his second straight Russian on the record, and he's already got his eyes locked on a third one, Khamzat Chimaev. After taking care of business against the undefeated Azamat Murzakanov this Saturday in Miami, Costa wants that smoke with the Chechen next. The longtime middleweight contender is using this divisional debut as a launchpad, turning personal beef into serious motivation. Though Khamzat holds the belt at 185, not 205, making Costa's intentions unrealistic, this kind of raw animosity is what makes Costa so entertaining. What are your predictions for his next fight? Leave your comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.